The one thing we know about the future is we have no idea how we're going to be working in 20 years, 10 years, even 5 years. Charleston East and Bayview represent the first time that we led the concept and construction of our own major campuses. And it's an opportunity to rethink the very idea of what an office building is and rethink what's possible for the industry. With this shape, we've had people walking by and they're like, what is this? Like, they don't even know. It doesn't look like an office building, which is so fascinating because then when you come in, you have no preconceptions of how to work that comes from historic ways of working. But instead, it's like a canvas of creating new ways of being together. With these projects, we really thought about people first, using things like healthy materials and air quality. Everyone has natural light and has thermal, visual, and acoustic comfort. Down on the bottom level is really like the market. It's where we have our meeting rooms, cafes, where you can connect with your community and collaborate. And then up here, it's more quiet. You're really focused on that immediate team.
The premise around some of the team space is that there is physical collaboration, but there's enhanced virtual collaboration that's going to happen also.
This new hybrid world, work is going to change, but this building can adapt and flex to meet that.
There's a straight line from people-first design to sustainability. It's actually the largest project to ever pursue any element of the Living Building Challenge.
And it seemed critical that this project isn't taking, but actually giving. There was the chance to breathe life back into the natural landscape, not letting things like the rainwater just run away straight away, but capturing that.
The way that it is tucked into the nature is not just a scenic garden for the enjoyment of the neighbors and for the Googlers, but it is also a highly performing landscape.
This is the largest geothermal pile system in North America that allows us to eliminate natural gas for heating purposes, helping us to make the building all electric. And because we're saving a lot of water that would otherwise have gone in cooling, we're also getting water positive performance out of this campus.
There was a commitment at the highest level to making something that was regenerative design.
We brought on a very unique set of partners, both on the design as well as the build side. People who were okay with trying out things that sounded crazy.
They were chosen for a particular reason. Innovation, they understood the challenge. They were willing to try different things.
The amount of ingenuity I've seen from the construction crews, I can't even tell you all the stories. That's a new way of thinking. It's not top-down. It's actually collaborative at all levels.
Typically, you always do a full-scale mock-up as the last step before you actually build the building. In this case, we were making full-scale mock-ups before we even had a design.
To really solve for these big, hairy problems, we need to bring a diverse group of folks together, from public agencies, sustainability experts, environmental experts, who were willing to think differently with us to make this happen.
So there were things which were really at the limits of what construction would ever let you do. But the biggest one that we did make happen was the breaking down the separation between building and power generation.
And suddenly it was the photovoltaic panel itself was no longer some technical installation that you hide on the roof. It became this kind of beautiful material of the building. Every single photon is turned to good use, either for the perfect levels of daylight inside the building, and all the excess photons are converted into power.
How do we make buildings that will be vibrant decades from now?
Could we think about the design of something that connects with people's feelings? Emotion is a function.
It's not some kind of finished tombstone. It's a living, working laboratory.
Buildings that last do so not because they're perfect, but because people care about them enough to continue to change them.